You're good now.
Okay, I am Marcia Miller Smith, President. I'd like to call the meeting to order, and the board, would you start introducing yourselves, please?
Jeff Roddy.
John Conkler.
Brad Stutz.
I'm Carmen, I'm the director.
Greg Pfeiffer, attorney for Planning Commission Board of Appeals.
And we're waiting on Tony Peacock, but we're going ahead and begin. He
Yeah.
said he would be here as soon as he could get out of traffic. Has everybody had a chance to read the minutes from the November 18th meeting? Does anybody see anything that needs to be changed, updated, corrected? If not, they stand approved as presented.
I think we need a motion.
Need a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make the motion. We'll need a second.
Second.
Okay, John Conkler made a motion and Brad Stotts approved. Second. Okay. Any old business?
No.
Okay. Anybody have any old business from last month or before? The new business, I didn't know we were going to do an organization of the board.
I know, yeah, we haven't met since last year, so.
Oh,
we're gonna
okay.
Do it a little later.
So we need to, vote on?
Yeah, it's just like you would if your meeting was the 1st of January.
Okay, okay. Well,
Tony just made it.
okay, good. There's Tony. Got you ready. We're getting ready to do organization of the board, since we've not done that this year.
Good point. John, hey.
Currently, right now, I'm president and Brad is vice. And so,
I'd like to make a motion that I would like to nominate Marcia Miller Smith as president for the board.
I'll second.
I'd like to make a nomination for Brad to be the vice president.
now we got to do the president first, right?
Oh, do we have to vote on it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. So there's been a motion made
Yep.
and all in favor,
Aye.
opposed, like sign. Okay,
Motion carries.
okay.
Now I'll make a motion for Brad to be vice president.
Okay.
I'll second that as well.
All in favor, Aye. opposed, like sign. Okay,
Thanks. Point of concern here. My term ends the 25th, at the end of this year. So this appointment is for the 2025, correct?
Yeah, this is for 2025, so.
We're a little late getting on that, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, this meeting, and you'll have a meeting next month.
yeah.
Okay. all
Is
right.
that when we'll do for 26 then?
No, January.
January, we will have to
Yeah.
wait till then.
Yeah,
Okay,
we'll see in case of
all
meeting,
right.
but-
I
okay, so-
didn't know it ended like towards the end of the year. I thought we'd done it earlier in the year. All right. And our new business that we've got before us this evening is Mariah Jade Campbell is requesting a variance at the property located at 108 North 2nd Street. Is Miss Campbell here?
Yeah, she's sitting at the end of the table.
You're at the end of the table,
Just
okay.
so you guys know, you have your legal notice and tally and your TAC meetings. The Technical Advisory Committee had no concerns about this project. And there were 32 letters were sent out. 5 people objected, mainly with parking concerns, but you can read those in the comments. 4 did not object. 8 were returned undeliverable. So that is where we stand. Mariah will take this up for me, but basically Mariah is wanting to open a small business in a neighborhood zoned R1, which is low density residential. So Mariah, if you want to present your.
Sure. First, I want to say I'm happy with any decision that is made for the best best judgment for the community and for the city of Scottsburg. Presenting my case, I would just like to say that I scoped, me and my agent scoped this place out as a potentially good place for business because it's right next to several other businesses right off of the square. Yes, it's in a historic district, but there's no regulation on the property itself or the building. We do plan on making improvements, but nothing that would change the structural quality or integrity of the residence as is. So it could be returned to residents at any point in time that we deem non-use for business anymore. We don't plan on doing any large manufacturing. We plan on keeping just a really small business there, just a little quaint hometown business. So, any other questions or concerns?
Okay, and
As-
go on ahead. Well, I was just trying to get, I used to live on North Second, so I'm trying to figure out which house it is.
It's
Is-
right on the corner
Or-
of Curtin and Second,
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
right next to the dental office and the mental wellness center.
okay, okay. And you're going to, says here, you're gonna have, crafts and sell things like that in there, or?
So right now we manufacture soaps, so
Oh.
very small batches.
Okay,
A lot of people compare us to goat milk stuff, but that's not near the scope or scale that we do. We do
So you won't
very,
have goats in the yard.
no, we support local farmers. We're not
Okay.
farmers.
Mhm.
That's a job in itself.
Yes, it is.
Props and respect to all of you farmers. It's a 24/7 job. I'm not made for a 24/7 job. I'm a mother already. So I would just like to stay a small business and get my ingredients from small local farmers and use those ingredients to make things. Now, I would love to have some workshops, which we already do at our current location on Green Street, which is in a similar size building. It's not 2-story, it's 1-story. But we are even downsizing from there. So it's only 2 of us. We used to have 7 people that worked for us, and now it's just me and my manager. So we just want to keep it small. And I don't plan on expanding at all. So, and if it stays that way, then great. If not, what I did is I'm buying this as like another business that is for residential or commercial properties. So, if let's say the business isn't doing well and we want to incorporate some other things, there might be other like businesses. So it might become a boutique more so is what I'm seeing in the future. That's my vision anyway. But I don't plan on like making it big or whatever. That was never my goal, never my intention. So,
so it's an R1 now?
yes.
Okay.
So currently you only have 2 employees that will work there?
Myself and my manager. So
Okay.
really just one, I guess, if you don't want to count me.
What days of the week would you be open?
We are open currently Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And sometimes we do workshops later in the evening that don't run any later than like 8 or 9. No one would be there past then.
Okay, and when you have a workshop, how many people you usually anticipate would be there?
We've only had one, well, we've had a few workshops over the years, but it could be, I mean, what you would normally find at a Thanksgiving dinner. It's not more than that, like 12 people.
I have a large family.
That's a dangerous thing to say. to
Yeah,
him.
yeah, like a
45?
like a
No, she said
normal
12.
Thanksgiving dinner. Yeah, 12 people maximum. I mean, how many people can you really fit in that house? Not very.
Not very many.
No. So that's, yeah.
What kind of traffic do you have on a normal day between the 8 and 4?
UPS and USPS shows up at our place once a day. We might get one customer. We do 99% of our business online. So, yeah, do I see us like running out the neighborhood parking spots? No. And there's plenty of parking at, around the square and beside the other businesses, if they would allow that for parking. But I mean, beside the home, it's on a corner, so we thought that's plenty of parking right there. I mean, you could fit 3 cars easily on one side and 3 cars easily on the other. So, And there's a garage.
I went over and walked the property and I figured you could park 6 cars
Mhm,
on the property.
yeah. So,
But if you have, you have 12 people,
They're the same.
maybe they better buddy up or.
they could park in the square and walk
Yes.
if it's that crowded, or they could carpool.
Yeah.
You know, and we could say, hey, our parking is limited. You know, there's many businesses that operate with very limited parking, especially in a residential zone. But again, I'm just stating my case, I'm being devil's advocate. So if you all have other opinions or other viewpoints, I'm totally open to hearing them.
Well, my question was, when you said 90+% is online,
Mhm.
so you're probably not gonna have a whole lot of foot traffic.
No, although I do hope that this does increase it somewhat. But do I see people busting down our doors and wanting, you know, if I wanted that, I would try to find a warehouse or something. Yeah.
Does the zoning, it survives her, if, let's say that she sells this property, the zoning survives, correct?
For this permitted use only.
Right.
Mm-mm.
So let's say that she decides to sell,
Somebody else can come in and use it for retail.
okay, and let's say they want to live there. Or
Well,
somebody,
it's
already
they're not changing
R1.
that. It's permitted, it'll still be R1, it's still a permitted use.
okay,
You can do that without coming back here.
okay, got it. Very good, that was my question, so, all right, thank you. The last thing I had was, did you put together this?
Yes, I had to, yes.
Okay, that's good. If we put this in our record, just, one thing I was confused about, and I don't mean to be a stickler, but it's 108, not 102, correct? The property's 108.
Oh, I'm sorry. It is 108.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure.
Sorry.
No, you're good. And like I said, I don't want to be nitpicky here.
No, thank you.
Just want to, just, we can pencil that in there.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, that's it. Good luck with your adventure. It's fast.
I'm sorry, Carmen, are we have the opportunity?
Yes, you will.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
You had made mention in here about signage, that you would just have a
Yes.
small sign.
Yeah, nothing with lights or, you know, anything like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just something out front.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
to kind of say that, hey, we're here. Yeah.
Okay.
Is this in the historic district?
It's not, it is
Just
directly
right
across
off,
the
street from it?
though.
Okay,
Not in the historic.
okay, okay.
The garage that's with it is separate, I see.
Yes.
Are you gonna leave the garage?
Yeah, yeah.
I just thought it would make more parking
Yeah.
if it wasn't
Oh,
there. but-
no, yeah, no,
Okay,
no, we would keep that there.
All
Like, everything would pretty much be kept the same, except maybe the corner piece, we might turn that into a signage area. So
sure,
that would be the only thing.
okay.
Right, probably be shipping and receiving. Right?
It may be just for storage.
Mm.
No, not really shipping and receiving. We're probably gonna get everything through the front door.
Mhm.
Yeah, or, you know, if we have like we plan on buying a new, washer and dryer, you know, we'll probably say, hey, can you park that out by the garage? You know, I mean, we don't get like crates, it's very small. Like, I know when people think business, they think something really big, but think like home-based, like almost like a homemaker business, not really a business.
Right.
Yeah.
Anybody else have anything? I can open it public.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does any of our guests have any comments or
I live right
cross?
across the street from there.
Are you Miss LeMaster?
Yes.
Okay, I saw your comment on here and I would want to make sure that her property is not, nobody's parking in her front yard.
I would
And it-
not,
okay.
no, so I would make sure, if I
You'd
could put
monitor,
little
yeah.
bitty signs out, like, hey, this is parking spot, you
Mhm.
know, for business, whatever, then I could say only park out in front of there.
Right.
Or if I could like, you know, do a spray paint line, like say, don't go past this line, you know,
Mhm.
if that would be permissible. I would not encourage other
Okay.
people to park at residences. But if I could talk to other businesses and say, hey, I have a business, would you permit parking for, my 1 or 2 customers that come in a day? That if for some reason I run out of 6 parking spaces, maybe during a workshop after hours, then yeah, I would ask them to go to another business, not the resident. But I can see how that would be a concern. But it would, again, if we do have that many customers, it would be 8 to 4. But yeah, I would never, suggest that they park anywhere other than the permitted areas.
That's the objections that I'm seeing here on the responses.
Again, if
Just-
this is not permissible, I completely understand, and you have every right to have your home the way that you like it. And so if this is not permissible, then we'll just move on. It's not any thorn in my side. I just thought this would be a good opportunity for the city of Scottsburg.
So my mother has lived since the late 1960s in the house immediately north of this house. And she's 88 and she wants to live there as long as she possibly can. My concern is about the parking. On any given weekday, it's been my experience that traffic from LifeSpring, which is around the corner, covers up most of the parking spaces on that block between First Street and Curtin. So it's, on any given day, it's very crowded there because of that. My mother uses the front entrance to, that's her way. If we're gonna take her someplace, she can get out that entrance. It would be very difficult for her to get out the back, to go out the back and, get into a vehicle from that side. So, and probably apart from the parking, I've seen the website of your business. I think it's lovely. I think it's a lovely business. I would say that it is really borders on two houses now, and the current house you're seeking is surrounded by houses on all sides and one vacant lot. So it does have a house on each side, not really bordered by business like you are just off 31 there by Fashions and Flowers.
We're bordered
and that
by
service
residents.
station. No, I'm saying, but in this current building, there are houses around, each side. And catty corner, there's a vacant lot, but the others are residences. So, but having historically been in this position many years ago, like 15, 20 years ago, and been in this position and speaking, there was another variance requested on the opposite corner. And at that meeting, there were, and I think your business is lovely. I think you are doing a great business, and I think you have all
Go
good
ahead.
intentions. But at that meeting, there was at least one minister, the active sheriff, and many people in support of the variance that was requested on the opposite corner. And they had all good intentions and plans. But when those plans, didn't go as planned, and it changed hands, it then became a big problem for the community for many, many years. It became a blighted property that was such until my husband and I bought it and renovated it 3 years ago. So that's my concern. That should your plans change, should you, your business grow and you need a bigger venture, the next business might not be so responsible or, as diligent as you are.
It
to
was
keep that.
my understanding, sorry, but it was my understanding that it would actually, if I were to sell the property, that this would be null and void then, and that it would not pass on.
As a matter of law, that's not correct, but if you offer that as a condition or as a,
Absolutely, yeah, have the next person go through all of this, because I want to keep the integrity of the neighborhood.
I don't think we can make you do that, but you have the right to do that, and they have the right to establish that as a condition to any approval.
Right, and I would be happy to do that. But again, it's my word, and I understand
Yeah.
not being able to trust people.
No, I
And-
mean, like literally, there
Yeah.
were ministers and the sheriff and a
Mhm.
whole group of people who were promising that this would be pristine and would have no adverse effect on the community. And it had a very bad for many, many, many years now.
Mhm.
And so I'm very leery, when the next variance is requested.
Mhm.
Plus, I do think that it lowers the bar for the next business who wants to, come into the neighborhood. So, those are my concerns. I'm just here for support.
You still live up
I
there
live
on
on the
South Street?
other end of
She lives up on the other end where I used to
Yeah.
live.
So these are the neighbors that would be closest.
Yes.
Yes, and they are the ones that are the most concerned and they are objecting.
Yeah, and we have that in the
Mhm.
board
Okay.
has a tally
Yeah.
showing.
Okay, well, if they are objecting, I do not want to impose upon them.
So are you saying you're withdrawing?
I'm withdrawing.
Well, before you withdraw, you could consider yourself, not on our advice, but to make a covenant that if you were to relinquish or sell, that it would convert back to R1. Correct, Mr. Viper? She's on, yes. So if you put that in there,
And Carmen would be able to enforce that.
and that would cover their concerns and allow you to do what you're gonna do. So that would be the
How would you
compromise.
feel about that?
I would feel better about that. I'm still, not wild about it. We could.
She
we
just
could
doesn't want,
work with you, yeah. I
she
mean,
understands you don't want anybody in your yard and I don't blame you.
Well,
Or your
Yeah,
mother,
yeah.
yeah, and your yard, you're right
yeah.
across the street.
Restrictions include a parking area.
I think only the board members can do
I was
that.
like, I don't feel like we can enforce that.
So, a couple comments. I guess if you decide to proceed, I got a couple of suggestions. One, incorporate that commitment as part of a motion to approve this if you choose to do that. Number two, there's a couple of items that came up that there's no R1 standards for. So there ought to be some limitation as to how many square foot of signage can be out there, recognizing that, a sheet of plywood is 4x8. So if you think that's too much, somebody needs to say, okay, we're going to allow X square feet of signage, but no more, without her coming back here, asking for an additional approval. And outdoor lighting could potentially become a concern. So I would suggest either no or limited outdoor lighting at this point in time. You can always come back. And then lastly, if there is a dispute about parking, the public streets are available to the public first come, first served for parking generally.
Mhm.
I think it's the Board of Works that could designate assignment of parking spaces in situations like your mother's, if that became a problem, but I don't think this board has that authority.
And that's kind of the trouble. Once it's done, it's done, and there's no remedy, like there were before, Once things started going badly, there wasn't anybody to call, there wasn't anybody, who was gonna make it better.
I would not know what the problems were that arose, but if there are other issues, this board has authority to attach conditions to this approval that are intended to give Carmen power to enforce those things going forward and eliminate them as much as possible. I suspect that wasn't done before.
I don't think they had one in place probably back when you say it was in the 60s.
No, my
Oh.
mom's lived there since the 60s. This was just like 15 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if there was a
Yeah,
BCA
I'm
back
not
then or not.
familiar with it. It would have been through the county at that point. not
Would
through
it?
the city,
Okay.
so We don't have any records.
No.
Well, I've had a history with, neighbors that weren't happy that I was there. And I just simply do not want to be in that situation again, because again, I also have people issues. And so I would just really prefer not to be in an uncomfortable situation. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying that you would make it difficult.
No,
I'm
we
just
would
saying
never.
that I'm not opening myself up to that. And I would prefer that they would vote that my closest neighbors would be supportive.
I guess my thought is the other alternative, you could table this since you're gonna have a December meeting anyway, you could table it for 30 days and see if they can share additional information, and work something out.
Yeah, I agree. I like the idea of the signage, you know, do something like no more than a total of 10 square feet sign. You know, would be an idea. Not that you have to do that size, you can do something smaller, but nothing bigger, so it's not some gigantic
No,
billboard.
no.
Do you have a sign for your current place?
I actually just have signage on the building itself right now.
Okay.
When we first started renting our current place, actually the Chamber of Commerce, Kelly Delaney, got me in contact with Chris Albertson, who is my landlord now. And even the mayor was there to cut the ribbon for us, Terry Amick, and there was a zoning dispute after that because we were so close to other residences, even though it has been a business since time immemorable. It was a church, and then it was a butcher shop, and then it was a DMV or BMV or whatever. And yeah, people have come in and told me all these things, but yet there was a zoning dispute because some neighbors were upset. So and I don't even know what we did. They didn't even say. So yeah, I would just rather not, if there's no way that they would be happy with me being there, then I'm withdrawing.
Okay.
I think that is your business for the evening.
Yeah, I think that, so if you're withdrawing, you don't want to table, you want to fully withdraw?
I think if that's what they want.
I mean, it's, like I say, I think your business is lovely. You seem like you'd be someone really, good to work with. It's just, like I say, the history. No one can say, what's going to happen in the future and what it might. And if this is granted, then, there's an empty house across the street from my mother, the next business, applies for that, then I think that lowers the bar for acceptance to have another business there. So I think your business is lovely. You seem like a person who would diligently, do everything you could to make it.
I think each application for a variance is decided on a case-by-case basis based on the 5 factors that are in the statute that Carmen gives you each time. And it's a discretionary decision for you to make. So I don't think you couldn't come in here and say, well, you approved that one, so you have to approve this one. And if you don't, I'm going to court. A judge isn't going to say you automatically win because that was previously decided. And if she agreed to the commitment that it becomes void, that the right to use it as a retail building is removed if you sell the property to somebody else, then whoever that person is, if they wanted to use it for retail, they'd have to come back here again or seek a zoning change. So with that, I'll be quiet.
Looking ahead, will you end up with your mother's property? What were you planning to do with it at that point?
I don't even like to think about it. I want her to live as long as she's gonna
I
live.
know, I know,
I hope she's there another 10 or 15 years.
Sure.
Oh, she will be.
Yeah, so I haven't even entertained the thought, honestly. Yeah, because I just don't want to
Okay.
think about it. Yeah.
And how long have you lived there at your place?
Since 99.
Okay.
And let me add, Mrs. Lemaster, is it? I'm gonna put a twist on this. If she can control the parking and every once in a while come over and give you some samples. You gotta remember, I've been in sales for a long time. Would that help?
I've had some problems with parking
Mhm,
and even with LifeSpring,
mhm.
clear down to my place. They were using my driveway as a turnaround. I had to park my car out there.
Yeah.
And I've got a dip in my front where they would pull over and it made a mud hole.
Years ago, a city council, I believe it was city council would be able to vote and post signage. So like, they could post signage that people could not park there on your property, if you would be open to that.
I'm not sure it would, it would
It
matter.
wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
If they want to park there, they're gonna park there.
They get a vehicle towed though.
Yeah.
And have to pay for it. They're
Yeah,
gonna
that would
find
be the
someplace
thing.
else to park.
You could definitely do that.
Yeah, it's just 911. Just something to consider.
Well, I would like to understand that if you want to withdraw as the applicant, you're clearly can do that. If you want us to table this and think about it and or talk about it or whatever, we can table it. We would be okay tabling it as well. So it's really up to you what you want to do at this point.
And if that happened, if she didn't come back next month, then we would deem it withdrawn.
Correct. So,
I noticed Jeremy Ward still got a sign there. Have you made final purchase? Closed on the property?
let's
Okay.
No,
contingent
this was
upon this.
contingent. Yes.
Contingent on this, okay.
It was contingent. Now, yeah, I do have some skin in the game.
Yeah.
I did not,
Yeah, and
I
that,
would not come out of this unscathed, but I'm not interested in a property in which the neighbors would not be happy with that.
Mhm.
I'm interested in a property where we're gonna be welcome and where small businesses are encouraged and walkability is encouraged. I mean, everything is car-centric right now.
Right.
But having small businesses in small towns really helps walkability, really
yeah.
increases community and connection.
Mhm.
But I can understand having bad taste in your mouth from other people.
Well, I just think when my mother-in-law and my wife had Changes Unlimited on the square for years, and then G's was over here,
Yes,
and the traffic it would bring in the business for this community from out of town,
yes,
and it benefited the whole community.
yes.
But once health reasons and age moved in,
Mhm.
and they both then changed hands, it's,
I know, and it's kind of, I've looked at the square many times
mhm,
and it's just very rare that a property will come up
Right.
that would be suitable. And that just wouldn't be a money pit.
Right.
And yeah, this
Mhm.
place does need updates, and I'm sure you've noticed that it was part of our contingency that she put in a new roof and that she do all of this. So she has invested quite a bit in this. But
Is Kathy on that?
Kathy.
That was Kathy Couch with.
Kathy Couch. But yeah, I just have no interest in trying to, finagle where I'm not welcome. Yep.
Officially withdrawing?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. In that case, the only other thing left on your agenda for the night is announcements, and my only announcement is that you'll be meeting on December 15th
15th.
for
Okay.
a project very similar to this.
Okay.
By Collins Funeral Home. So
Okay.
We have to sign the minutes.
I think Marcia.
Earlier.
Yeah,
first
Marcia got
thing.
it done. So,
Mhm.
does anyone have anything they need before we adjourn?
I don't have anything.
Meeting gonna be in the same place.
Yes.
Mm. It's 6:30.
Yes.
and you're providing us Christmas dinner?
I will. You'll have to ask the mayor.
Well,
Now,
that could happen.
do we have anything for
I'm not
the
quiet.
earlier
Me
meeting
neither.
in December? Okay, so right now, we don't have anything for the earlier meetings at 6. You
And
know,
the deadline's passed. so
the
you'll
deadline's
only
passed, so
have
we won't
to
have to
meeting.
just do this one then. Okay. Okay,
Take
All right.
time out of
we're
it.
adjourned. Thank you all for
Time.
coming.
Back up to
Ms.
December.
Campbell, thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry.